The street was empty in a way that felt intentional, not abandoned, maintained. Heat hovered above the asphalt, bending the air into slow, wavering distortions. The buildings seemed unstable, as if they were slipping out of alignment with the world. Storefronts lined the sidewalk, their windows boarded shut, their signs faded beyond recognition. Letters remained, but the words were gone. Meaning had peeled away long ago. Pause. No cars passed, no footsteps echoed. The only sound was the wind. It slipped through a torn awning somewhere down the block, producing a thin, hollow whistle that rose and fell without rhythm. It sounded like breathing, or like someone waiting for an answer that never came. A young man walked alone down the sidewalk. The shirt he wore was bright, unnaturally bright. Its color felt aggressive against the muted grays of the town, like a warning sign no one had bothered to remove. He slowed, then stopped. At the edge of the sidewalk, beside a cracked concrete planter, sat a black messenger bag. It didn't belong. It was clean, untouched by dust, unmarked by time. A luggage tag hung from the strap, tapping softly against the fabric when the wind passed. Tap, tap. The sound pulled him closer. He leaned in and read the words printed on the tag. Terminal delivery, Suite 404. He straightened and looked up the street. Nothing. He looked down the street. Still nothing. The town stared back at him, brick and glass forming a long, hollow corridor that seemed to stretch farther than it should. Slowly, he reached out. His fingers hovered over the metal zipper tab. For a moment, he considered opening it. Just a little. Just enough to understand what kind of mistake this was. But he didn't. Instead, he grabbed the cold metal. A sharp ding split the air. He flinched and pulled his phone from his pocket. A message appeared. Dispatch. Do not open the package. He froze. The buildings around him felt closer now. The windows darker, as if they were listening. Another vibration. Delivered to Suite 404. Payment, $50,000 upon completion. The number lingered in his vision longer than it should have. $50,000. He swallowed. He lifted the bag and slung it over his shoulder. The weight surprised him. It settled heavily against his side, denser than expected. He shifted his posture without thinking, compensating for something far heavier than it looked. Then he walked. The building waited at the end of the block. No name, no sign. Just a set of doors worn smooth by years of use. He checked his phone again. Suite 404. The address matched. He hesitated, then pulled the door open. The heat vanished instantly. Inside, the air was cold and unmoving. Dim lights hummed overhead, their electric buzz pressing gently against his ears. His footsteps echoed back to him, repeating slightly out of sync, as if the space were learning how to imitate sound. At the end of the hallway stood a single door, 404. He stared at the number longer than necessary, then turned the handle. The room beyond was empty. Not empty because something was missing, empty because nothing else was allowed to exist there. Just inside the doorway, mounted beside the frame, hung a small institutional sign. Waiting is required. He stepped past it without looking. A single chair sat in the center of the room. To one side, behind a pane of glass, was a reception desk. A woman sat behind it, typing. Clack, clack, clack. The door behind him clicked shut. The sound felt final. I have a delivery for Suite 404, he said. The typing continued. He tapped on the glass. Hello? Without lifting her eyes, the woman spoke. Please wait. The words landed with weight, as though they had been said countless times before. He sat. The chair was firm, unforgiving. He rested the bag on his lap and pulled out his phone. 12:00 p.m. Battery, 100%. He watched the screen, waited for the minute to change. It didn't. A stapler cracked through the silence. Kerchunk, please wait. Time refused to move. When he checked again, the clock still read 12:00. The battery had dropped. The sign by the door looked slightly faded now. He couldn't remember if it had always looked that way. He slid down the wall and pulled the bag between his legs. It felt dense, packed tight. He opened it. White towels. Ordinary. Folded too neatly. Towels, he whispered. The word felt wrong in his mouth. He stepped into the light. The door clicked shut. He was back inside, older, his shirt darker. Behind the glass, the woman looped endlessly, typing, stapling, tucking her hair. Please wait. Again. And again. Each time he entered, the room remembered him. The chair gained marks. The sign cracked, then faded. Eventually, he stopped asking questions. Eventually, he said the words before she did. The room reset. The desk waited. He sat down. Clack, clack, clack. Please wait. Later, someone else entered. They carried a bag. They sat. They waited. Behind them, carved deep into the back of the chair, were the words that never left. Please wait. The room remained still, perfectly prepared, ready again. Waiting.
Please wait.